We got 1 minute to go, boys. Unlucky, tough luck. And it's a GG, boys. Don't worry, don't worry. But we got 40 seconds left here. We got 40 seconds left, and the announcement of the new Rogue, the hype, the new update, the Switchblade update, the new Rogue Helena. Let me know if you guys are hyped, because I'm actually super hyped to check this out. Very excited. This Rogue looks super strong, so I'm super excited. 20 seconds left, boys. If there's anyone in the chat you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that like button on the stream. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get this hype going. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. That tab mustn't be muted. Let me just unmute this one.
Welcome everybody back to another installment of the Rogue Company update show for the Switchblade update. My name is Pretty here. I will be your host today. As always, I am joined by lead designer of Rogue Company, Scott Gandhi. We're ready to rock and roll. This is a long one today, guys, so we're going to waste no time in getting straight into it. First thing we're going to be talking about is game modes.
All right, so in this update, King of the Hill is going to be moved over to our, our standard 4v4 maps. But
let me take off my camera for now.
It's going to be 6v6 now, and there's going to be the new core game mode that'll be replacing Extraction. So Extraction is going to temporarily come out of the rotation. It's going to go
into Showtime, a long one.
Mode cycle. So first thing inside of there, King of the Hill also has buy when dead now. So in our previous patch, you weren't able to do that in between the different rounds. Or you could only purchase...
Ooh, 6v6 King of the Hill. Okay, that sounds good.
And it really changes the dynamic altogether.
6v6 and King of the Hill will be the new standard mode.
Increased it to 6v6. We still have the version of 4v4 that is inside of customs for all the competitive players, so we don't disrupt anything inside of there. That game mode is a one-to-one with what you will know and you love and you've been playing and practicing.
Man, 6v6 is gonna be crazy, boys.
Kind of leaned into a lot of the feedback that we've seen on Reddit as well as on the surveys, which a lot of, I'd say there was a decent amount of frustration from some players of, why aren't the hills random? And the main reason we didn't want the hills to be random before, well, there's a couple of reasons, but we didn't have strong conveyance to the player as to where the next hill would be. Or
man, this Rogue looks cool. Check this Chaos Launcher. Check the Chaos Launcher. Oh my god, that's insane.
Mastery inside of there. And
that Chaos Launcher is insane.
We have made an improvement to where you can see the preview of the next hill, and that allows us to have a fully random hill set. So the first hill is always going to be the exact same. It's always going to be in that first spot, and that's mostly because that's the hill that plays the best and is the most fair off the rip. But from that point, it's all random, baby. So we appreciate.
Yes, I've been asking for it. Random locations, King of the Hill. Nice.
Probably the most fun I've had in Rogue Company.
Yeah, very, very fun. So just to summarize, folks, 6v6 King of the Hill, same maps you're used to. You can now buy when dead. The hill moves every 75 seconds. The first hill will always be the same, but after that point, it will be random. So look.
Yes, that's nice, boys. 6v6 King of the Hill, random locations, buy when die. That's what I'm talking about.
Seconds or so before that hill unlocks.
That's what I'm talking about. That's gonna be insane fun. That's gonna be super fun.
Another small note is the 6v6 updates will only be pushed to Xbox, PC, and PS4. Switch still has some considerations. We're figuring out how best to implement the increased player count on that particular piece of hardware. So Switch will not be getting the 6v6 modes. That is just PC, Xbox, and PS4. A couple of little things extra that we're doing with more players running around. Scott, we're changing the value of assists from $500 to $250.
Yeah, so one of the things inside of Rogue Company is that our economy, especially in the respawn game modes, was getting really inflated with assists, right? You get the credit on the down, and you also get elimination credit, right? And so assists were kind of inflating everything. And so a lot of our intel characters, such as Seeker and Dallas and Talon, were able to run really out of control inside of there, especially Talon. Talon, you throw the dart out there, anyone who dies inside of that area, you didn't know, you get assist credit for. So you're just making money over money over money. And so we decided to have that. And
lowering the assist bonus.
More realistic, I would say.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair. It's reasonable. Because the guys with the assist, like they get that assist eliminations and they were just banking cash.
We added the ability to spawn flip. And this is basically, you know, so you don't kind of get stuck in the same little corner the entire match.
Oh, spawn flip.
Your spawn, you will spawn
Let's
elsewhere
go.
on the map.
So no more spawn camping and strikeout.
Freed feeling and more
That's what I like.
Yeah, so
That's what I like.
This all can be summarized into one thing. Since Rogue Company has really strike out, one of the #1 complaint has been spawn camping. How do you fix spawn camping? And we have gone through a couple of different iterations. And at the time, we believed very much that combat fronts, and that's what we call the idea, the design principle behind why one team spawns on one side versus the other. We believe very highly in that. And then as we continue to test more and more respawn
random
uh,
spawns, let's
spawn
fucking
systems
go.
better and better and better.
That's good.
And
That's
our
some good
logic
changes
and our
coming.
philosophy
Very good
as to how
changes coming. I
respawn
like
is
it.
improved. And so
I like it a lot.
as soon as we did TDM as well as King of the Hill, we go, well, now is the perfect time for us to go ahead and change strikeout and alleviate this pain point, because there's very few things that can frustrate a player. And coming off the respawn and having someone crouched behind a cover.
No
with
more
an
spawn
objection,
camping.
That's probably the one that I'm
It's
like,
right up
all
there.
right.
We got to fix that.
So,
all right. That's good stuff, man. And like I mentioned earlier, Buy When Dead is being added to King of the Hill. Buy When Dead has always been there for Team Deathmatch, and Buy When Dead will be added to Strikeout. So basically, respawn game modes. We really, really like the Buy When Dead functionality. It seems
Buy When
at home
Dead
like Buy
in
When Dead
strikeout as well. Okay, that's
We're gonna
interesting.
add that in.
That's very
And
interesting.
I like it. It kind of smooths out my power curve. It's not just these massive spikes at the round ends when I go back to the dropship. It's been a really nice, I think, addition to those respawn modes.
yeah, I think there's also, we have those, there's not a lot of times where it happens, but there are those times where you're having a good round and your team is down and you have just enough money to get life drain all of a sudden, or to get a second gadget, and that changes that flow forever throughout that match, and then you're able to get a nice comeback story inside of there. So we're super optimistic about it. We can't wait for you guys to give us your feedback on it.
Gotcha. And of course, with a big update like this, we have tons and tons of weapon changes coming for you all. These first two up on the dock.
Ooh,
Actually,
weapon
before we get into
changes.
this, I wanna
Nerfs or
talk
buffs?
about zip lines, Scott. We can now use abilities and gadgets while riding zip lines.
Gadgets on zip lines. Yes,
Animation,
finally.
art team, Rogue Company. Also, I think gameplay was included in that, but gameplay, our gameplay programmers are just, they're wizards. They're
Gameplay on
amazing,
zipline.
all
There we go.
together.
That's
And
what
so
we
they're
wanted.
always just incorporated in all of it. But yes, now, you know, this is another one of those community asks, which is like, hey, and I'd get it on Twitter, hey, Gandhi, why can't I use gadgets on ziplines? And before it was like, well, that's a really good question. And there was a decision I made way back early on in development, and so we knew we could deliver it inside of here, and I was like, hey, this is a huge community win if we can do this. And the team rallied behind it, and we brought it to life. And it feels just as good as you would expect.
Throwing your knife with Ronan and zip. Exactly,
You're
man.
already taking a big risks, usually getting on zip lines. So being able to use some gadgets, throw flashes, do whatever you got to do, get a new angle. It feels like it helps negate some of that or hedge some of that risk that you're taking by taking the zip line. Small note is that things like trip mines, APSs, anvils, barricade, anything that's like a built object that you place in the world. Obviously, you don't have a valid placement, so those you still can't use on the zip line, but they're wholly not designed to be used on the zip line. So I think that makes a lot of sense. Anyway,
there's no such thing as planning a zip mine on a trip mine on a zip line. You know
oh
what I
my
mean?
God. Zip mine, new gadget revealed.
Zip mine. That sounds OP, boys.
Hey, you know what you're
Zip
deciding
mine.
next, Nick?
The zip mine, dude. There it is.
Give me the most specific character in the history of Rogue Company. This character only makes zip lines more dangerous.
The anti-zip line character. That's funny.
So there's
All
some
guys,
exciting
let's go
stuff
ahead.
that's
Let's get
coming.
into that weapon balance that I
Man,
just
exciting
mentioned. So
stuff.
these first two changes, I'm actually going to bundle
Yo,
together
Kyron
because
Donaldson,
they're
what's
kind
up?
of
Welcome
under the
back, bro.
theme Of dealing with armored players. The Harm 30K will be seeing an increase in headshot damage from 40
Ooh.
to 42.
Man, this thing is gonna be a
Nightshade
beast.
will be seeing a body shot damage increase from 17 to
Nice.
Yeah, and so some of you are like, it seems very small. Why would you do that? And it really comes down to the optimal time to kill. So
That's very nice.
For the Harm 30K, right? The Harm 30K is our
Man, that
slowest firing
HRM
assault
of
rifle,
Dallas and
it's
Trench,
supposed to
that
pack
thing
a
is gonna be a
punch.
beast now. More headshot
Unfortunately,
damage.
the Harm
If you can
30K
land that headshot, it's
really
gonna be
kinda almost
insane.
Worst in class when it comes to time to kill versus armor, especially in headshots. And so by moving it from 40 to 42, now you're able to kill people who have armor in 3 shots specifically. Same
you go.
exact principle is applied to the
But the
Nightshade.
6v6 mode,
Nightshade's
boys.
supposed to be
Man,
the
6v6 King
best
of the Hill, that's gonna be insane. I think that's so far my highlight. 6v6 King of the Hill, buy when die. That is gonna be
That's the
insane.
identity of that weapon. And so before, know, we didn't have this issue, but as we introduce more and more
where am I watching the video? It's from their Twitch channel. It's watching from their Twitch channel. It's being streamed live now as we're speaking. So we just, it's live on the channel.
Sometimes that's all it needs to push it over the threshold. The RIPTIDE will be seeing a fall off range reduction.
RIPTIDE nerfed.
The Mamba, kind of that niche, that bursty sort of DMR, will be seeing a headshot damage increase.
Man, the Mamba buffed. Oh my god. Mamba buffed.
16, the MXR. That's a weapon that's been kind of all over the place. We'll be seeing a fire rate increase.
Yeah, MXR fire rate increase again.
Really popular.
It's been up and down, this MXR, literally.
Changes happened. It was a whole different beast. But since the reversion of those time to kill changes, the big global ones, this weapon has kind of, you know, been a little bit out of favor. So we're gonna give it just a little bit of a firebomb, and that's
MXR is coming back, boys. Mamba buff, you are correct.
Yeah, the
Mamba
MXR,
buff indeed, Nick.
This is one of the ones, and so like the dev team, like the design team specifically knows that, you know, like one of my first DMRs that I made, I like have like a very special spot in my heart for it. And so I always want to make it as overpowered as possible.
And you've done a great job of that.
And throughout the year,
more damage, Nick. It's getting more damage to the head and more damage to the body.
I think this was just an oversight as we went back.
Man, that Mamba's gonna rip people. Imagine fucking Beamer and Nexus with their fucking Mambas again. That's gonna be insane.
That does it for DMRs. Moving on to pistols, the A3 Salvo. A bit of a pain point. It's never been regarded as a super strong pistol, so we're going to be doing a number.
Okay, so the salvo, more damage, rate of fire. Yeah, that's nice.
Spot where it can feel really viable. It is a bit of a niche.
Nice.
Those burst weapons can
that burst fire weapon is getting buffed. It was always weak, that pistol.
We think these changes will help. The fire rate is going to be increased. We'll be increasing the headshot damage from 23 to 24 and the body shot damage from 19 to 20. So you will be shooting
some nice weapon changes coming. Very exciting changes. But still, my highlight, 6v6 King of the Hill. Man, that is going to be insane. I don't know if you guys heard, but a 6v6 King of the Hill mode is coming. Imagine 4v4 so action-packed. Now imagine 6v6. Oh my gosh.
Burst weapons naturally create a little bit of an inconsistent experience for the players, right? And so both of these changes, both on the Mamba as well as the A3 Salvo, really aim to make it a more consistent experience for the player overall. Now, the A3 Salvo, let's be honest with ourselves, right? It's been an underperforming weapon since pretty much the inception of the gun.
Yeah, you're right, so Nick. 6v6 King of the Hill mode is coming.
Really try to make sure that this thing feels well.
6v6 King of the Hill is going to be the main mode.
We absolutely want all your feedback, and we look forward to it.
Alrighty, folks. That does it for the pistol sections. We're going to move over to the shotguns. Every shotgun is being adjusted.
If there's anyone in the chat you're enjoying this video, enjoying this content, make sure you hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. If you want to see more content and the latest news, make sure you subscribe to the channel for the latest content. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get to 1,000 subs.
Creating a shotgun meta that we can help. They are viable, I think, in their ranges, but we're just trying to slowly and carefully increase the situations in which shotguns are viable or very strong. The first one up is the Arbitrator, seeing a range increase from 6.5 to 8.
Okay, so they're buffing the shotguns a bit again.
See a range increase from 7.5 to 9, and slightly increasing the damage that it does at its fall-off ranges. The S12 Tactical, a small fire rate increase, as well as the
fire rate increase. This shotgun was already deadly. This shotgun was already a beast. Oh my gosh, man, that shotgun is just gonna come back.
A fix. While it is a very heavily hip-fired use, that's kind of the primary use case for the Striker. There was a small issue where the weapon was a little bit less accurate than we wanted it to be when aiming, so we have kind of cleaned up.
Shotguns are back, boys. Get ready for the assault.
Like each of these shotguns, we can, like the Arbitrator is probably the most, polarizing shotgun experience in Rogue Company. And so before, when it had that one-shot body shot, eventually people started getting around to like, oh my god, this thing is very strong, especially for controller users, right? You're just right on them.
What if there was a rogue, they make zip line, and a passive is to throw stuff on a zip line. The gadget would be zip mine, with a gun super gadget reshots on the zip line.
Shots in the chamber, and it only one-shots if you hit headshots. And so we didn't want to really have that limited of a range. 6.5 meters in Rogue Company, I mean, you're basically talking about the lunge distance on max sword when it's fully upgraded almost, right? Like that's how it kind of feels perceptionally, right? It's not well one-to-one with the numbers, but it's how it feels. It's very close. So by just extending that out a little bit, it's going to make people who use the arbitrator have a much better experience overall. And then, as you remember from our last patch notes, the majority of gunfights that we get into in Rogue Company are between 15 and 25 meters. Shotguns have a very hard time right now.
Yeah, definitely. Got to be careful with the shotguns. It's something we're always keeping an eye on. We want it to be a viable play style for you guys.
Terrifying.
But we don't want it to take over and have a bunch of one, especially it's a third-person game, too. So, you know, sitting on corners with one-shot shotguns, unless you're hitting the headshots, it's going to be something that we try to stay away from when we can. Because, like you said, it's a very polarizing experience. Getting peekabooed and just removed from the video game is not fun to rock with. So, that does it for shotguns. We'll move over to SMGs, the 24S. We'll be receiving
SMG's getting some buffs again.
Upgrade as well as a small body shot damage boost. So the body shot damage will come up from 15 to 16 per shot in the level 3 upgrade.
Man, Flans are getting some more buffs. Flancer.
X will be seeing a range.
Yes, LMP. Let's go, Talon. Talon getting some buffs there. Increasing the range for Talon's LMP. That's very nice.
Start, but where it begins to fall off again, aka its second fall off range. Or where it levels off will be another 2 meters out. So,
yo, Anthony, what's up, man? Refund your 10,000 reputation of the fixer. How can I do that, man? Welcome to the stream. If there's anyone else who's new to the stream, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay updated for the latest Rogue Company news and content.
I want to make sure that the LMPX is achieving it is really striving to be the best SMG AR hybrid, basically the inverse of that. And so it was just kind of losing a lot of those battles, right? And so we said, hey, you know, let's increase the range a little bit, and then it'll help it out a little bit more.
There you go. And moving right along to our last class of weapon that we will be changing here is the snipers. Snipers are getting a tier.
Okay, let's see what's happening with the snipers, boys. Is Fixer getting nerfed or buffed?
Who has, you know, his ability can pump him up with a bunch of bonus health. So that's both the LR-15 now at level 3 will increase its headshot damage to 175, and the tier at level 3 will headshot for 200 damage.
That's what it's all about. Look.
Yes.
Sniping,
200 damage with the tier. Nice. Very nice.
Bigger numbers and Chalk popping his ability and being in your face. Chances that you're going to hit that headshot pretty small.
Yeah.
So when you do hit it, instead of seeing like 5 health, you know, you're just going to see him dead. And that's a win.
So no matter what, level 3 snipers, hit him in the head, they will go down. Also, small bug fix for the tier, an issue where it wouldn't reload automatically, I assume, after shooting. It's only one in the chamber, so we want to make sure that that is always happening immediately after firing that shot.
Yeah, headshot insta-kill. That's good. Like, a headshot should be insta-kill with the sniper rifles.
For weapon balance, first up for Rogues,
the long
it's
one.
Be Chalk. This is a good one, though. I think you guys are going to like this one. It will be a perk swap happening with Chalk.
Chalk is Berserker instead of Cloaked. That is insane. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. He's going to be super fast-paced player now. Yeah, Berserker Chalk. That's good. That's very good.
You know, maybe the patch should have been.
That's very good perk for him. I think that's going to be very good for him. That fits in perfectly. He's like a fast-paced rogue. SMG, run and gun. So Berserker fits in perfectly with him.
Berserker and Chalk just makes total sense, right?
Yeah, it does make perfect sense. That's a good call. That's a good call.
And it fits exactly what you all want, and we're happy to deliver it.
All right, moving along to Dima. We'll be seeing a perk swap as well, but that's not all. So Dima will be gaining Stalker in place of Nimble Hands. So
Stalker instead of Nimble Hands.
In place of increased reload speed. He's a guy that has Replenish too, so I think this is a great change for him. He's also under...
Yo, Skyscraper, what's up, bro?
Decrease the fuse time on his his MIRV launcher, so you have less time.
At least you're perfectly in time, Skyscraper, for the new Rogue announcement. Let's go.
5 seconds. So Dima getting some love.
So here was like one of the hardest parts for me as the lead designer on Rogue Company in this past like month and a half, right? So as we spun up all these community tournaments on the weekend, almost every single rogue was played, right? Every single rogue was played, minus Dima. I was like, man, Big Dima's still not being played. And then, now as we always look through the data and we're always, you know, making sure that our rogues are, you know, balanced. And so when I went in there, I looked at every single game mode, and just per usual, and it's just the same realization happened. Like, he wasn't being played competitively, and I looked at the win rates, and he was just doing terrible. And I was like, man, it's time, Dima. Your time to shine is now. Stalker on the Mamba as well as the KA-30 is probably like the best feeling combination you can get outside of a sniper. But really, when it comes down to his ability, right, you have so much time to dodge roll away from it. And obviously, we don't want people to just die immediately to abilities. But this one was almost too long. So this is a quality of life, and hopefully Dima's best days are ahead of him.
Man, that's good. I love Dima. They need to buff him more. I like it. I like it.
A little bit earlier. It's that single shot sniper. That's the tier. That's the primary play style for Fixer. So we wanted to give him something that would help him with that playmaking ability. So we've added Replenish in place of Headstrong. So now when you do hit those 200 damage headshots, you will be instantly refunded that single bullet. You can continue to
so if you get a kill with Fixer, your weapon automatically reloads.
Yeah. So
wow.
This is another one of those
That's pretty impressive, boys. Not gonna lie. That's very cool.
What I love about this one is that, when you got a one-shot sniper, it's really about making sure that you're the playmaker, and we lean into those high dopamine moments, and nothing is a better highlight reel than watching a Fixer just go to town with Replenish, headshot after headshot after headshot. I mean, I got dreams of hitting that.
Yeah, and it's good for his identity too. He's the guy. He's the single shot. He's the precision sniper. He doesn't need any more than that one shot. So very well aligned there. Moving on to Kestrel. I actually like the way you worded this. There's not a major difference between an okay game with a Kestrel and a great game with Kestrel. You're just getting so much money. It just, no matter really how you're performing, you always had enough. And this is almost in line with the assist money reduction from 500 to 250. The bonus cash from getting downs with Kestrel.
Kestrel is getting a nerf. No. Our Indian queen, our royalty, Kestrel, the fashion icon from India, getting a little nerf.
Kestrel is one of those
rogues sad days.
When we look at
sad days.
Obviously, we've hit the Riptide as well, which is her primary weapon. Yeah. And when I looked at this, and we look at the damage, the average damage of the ability, we don't see her ability be overperforming real. It ends up being the store. She's able to just kind of effortlessly go through it regardless of her performance, and this just kind of helps bring her in line with all the other rogues. Yeah, and it would put you in, especially with these 6v6 modes now, folks. I mean, Kestrel, her ability, I mean, I was having tests where I would be done buying my stuff, and I would have tens of thousands of dollars unable to spend. Because I was already done with my store. So it's about balance. It goes in line with the rebalancing, I think, of a lot of these new modes and buying when dead, all that good stuff. That does it for Kestrel. Moving on to Lancer. Lancer will be seeing a duration increase of quick and quiet.
No! Lancer getting buffed.
Yep, just a little bit of a buff to allow her to break the timers on the map a little bit better.
Man, so even longer she can make her flanks. No! Fucking Lancer.
It's very difficult for her to sneak around and flank, right? Yeah, because you only got 10 seconds and you kind of keep that inside of there. So the flank that I always think about is like the one on Icarus when everybody's fighting on the alley. Like this 14 seconds is going to be great for you just need that little bit more juice to get around the corner there. And really sneak up on
F in the chat for the Lancer buff. Sheesh.
If you activate quick and quiet right
Lancer buffs. So a weapon gets buffed, the SMG, and her main ability is getting buffed. Sheesh.
As well. Her passive will now be buffed to make her immune to enemy reveals as well as radar detection. So radar detection, aka things like shooting or Talon's radar dart, that's what she had. What she's gaining now, Scott, if I'm reading this right, is the immunity completely to things like Secret Arrow and Dallas.
Right. F, boys. Let's get the F in the chat for the Lancer buff. Rip. All the flanking. All the people on the flanks. Watch your back. Lancer is getting a buff.
Internally, when we always think about Ronan is just such a strong duelist who can cover and play any way, right? She can be a great offense character. She can be a great defender.
Nice. Just a Ronan. You getting your buff? You getting your buff, Just a Ronan? Nice, nice. Very nice.
Just having like more of a niche passive, but as we get more and more reveals, it became apparent to us that, well, it's time. Let's go ahead and increase this. Let's make her immune to reveals as well as enemy radar detection, and it fits her narrative really well as well. So we're super happy about that. Minus the fact that she got caught and thrown in jail by Mac, but we don't have to worry about that. If she would have had this passive, it wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean?
That's great, and especially Cloak to not providing reveal immunity.
Ronin, the underground ninja.
Space in the ecosystem for something to do that. Moving along to Seeker, one of the more high-skill, high-precision characters in the game will be seeing a increase in the rate that his arrow recharges. So it's 45-second cooldown. Now it is a 40-second cooldown. The reveal radius is slightly larger, from 7.5 to 8 meters, as well as the amount of damage that his bounce passive provides to him increased from 60% extra damage to 70% extra damage.
Yup, Seeker. When we look at the damage and just his performance in general, Seeker has a lot of high skill, and so at the highest levels of demolition ranked play, you see him be used pretty effectively. Everywhere else, very poorly.
Yeah, Rishikesh, that fixer buff is insane.
Gave him a little bit of bump, and I think this is one part of this. Ultimately, is a decision that I made when he first released. When Seeker first released, everyone we had him on a 30-second cooldown, and his ability. And so then when we nerfed it, I was like, okay, look, there's too many reveals are happening, and people are saying he's a little overtuned. But just go ahead and make it 45 seconds. And we felt pretty confident in that, but I think we overhit him. And so this is kind of bringing him back in line to where hopefully he's in a much better spot.
Yep. So cooldown's faster, radius is bigger, and if you manage to hit the bounce shots, those will be hitting harder as well. Moving on to Talon, the radar dart will be seeing an increase in the size of reveal.
My man Talon.
That Talon dart range will,
my man Talon.
20 meters, it will be 23 meters.
My man Talon. There we go. My main. He's my main man. Talon with some buffs, finally.
I know you're excited.
He was nerfed in the first season, the first update after the beta. He got nerfed. He used to have 3 darts, and now he only has 1 dart.
And then I'll let you take it away. Barbed wire now deals 5 damage every 0.25 seconds.
Oh, barbed wire damage. Oh, yes.
Targets that are moving through barbed wire.
Yes, let's go.
You done did it.
Yeah.
So, we done did it. Again, patch.
Yes, this is a big one also. Nice one for Trench. I'm so fucking glad. Trench, let's go. Trench is like a better version of V now. Yeah, Trench is gonna be sick. He's gonna be like a nice... Oh, man. That's sexy. That is sexy.
And so Trench, outside of his passive, has had
my man
a
Trench.
pretty difficult time. In respawn game modes, he is at the very bottom of the list. Beneath Dima, he's just has he has a very difficult time performing against literally everybody else. And so it's we've tried this in the past, and the damage was, or it felt a little too strong. And so this next time when we brought it back out and we started talking about it, it goes, okay, well, how do we make this work? And really the key change
Demolition with Trench, man, that guy's gonna be a beast now. I think he's gonna be super popular in Demolition now. Just drop your barbed wire on the bomb. There's no way they're gonna arm the bomb. Like, literally just drop it on the bomb. Just drop the barbed wire on top of the bomb. Like, don't even think about it. Like, you drop one set of barbed wire on the bomb, like, literally they have to destroy it.
The craziest thing is, like, we were playing today, and in PTS, people were like, oh my god, I have to worry about barbed wire all of a sudden.
Yeah, Kyron, I'm also sad about the Kestrel nerf. I'm sad about that one. She was so fun.
I think the key there is what you said about the I usually take about 15 when I run and I jump over, because I just can't ever stomach like blowing my lethal gadget to blow it up. So I always do, and I just take the damage and I try. and you take those fights down some health.
Yeah, Kestrel only gets half the cash, and the Riptide distance has been lowered. So 2 nerfs for Kestrel.
It gives Trench a significant advantage. If you're not properly counterplaying and destroying the barbed wire, it's going to start to make an impact on your fights as a Trench player. So big stuff for Trench. Lots of big changes for the rogues, for the weapons. It's going to feel like a little bit of a new game when you guys get in there. Yeah, you guys got a lot to learn and a lot to experiment.
Yeah, she only gets 500 cash per kill, Nick. That's correct.
As we are about this next event. It's time to get into some of these kind of fun cosmetic stuff. Make yourself look good while you get paid. The Arms Dealer event. This is a event.
Arms Dealer event season 2.
Free to absolutely everybody. Everyone will have access to this. All of these little missions and these shipments.
Nice. 100% free to play Arms Dealer season 2.
You're not going to be excluded if you don't have any rogue bucks to spend on it, Scott.
Yeah. So again, You know, when we did our first Arms Dealer event, we listened to the community, and this
A
is
Chiba
our
Dima,
next
Tropical
evolution of the
Sunset.
Arms
Nice,
Dealer
nice.
event. And so, like you said, this event is
Chibi Ronin.
entirely free. The exclusive
The party's
shipments,
over.
they're
Nice.
gonna boost your performance and allow you to complete a
Ocean
little bit
Depth
faster,
banner.
but they're not mandatory. All of the standard challenges
Shimmer Epic
inside of
Wet
there are
wingsuit.
repeatable, so you're able to just constantly
Oil
sit there and
Slick
make
Melee
progression
wrap.
outside of
Very
there if you
nice.
can. And then this oil slick.
That's
The
oil-
fancy flappin'.
Oil slick weapon wrap. If you could go back for me real quick, Brad. Love it.
I love that.
Super great. There's also that on the weapon wraps, but we'll get into
Yeah,
this.
Karen, I agree with you. They
This
shouldn't
is
have
great.
nerfed the assault rifle. It wasn't that strong.
Virtual
Yeah.
Vector is great, but look at this oil slick on the secondary.
Man, that
This
oil slick
just
looks crazy. Looks like an RGB.
fantastic.
Very
the
nice.
Weapon art team just constantly keeps raising the bar. Matt Demaray, who's in charge of all of that, salute, my brother.
He is absolutely killing it there. So everyone has access to this. You will complete missions.
Yeah, and there's a new
Free
Dahlia skin.
missions are
Yes, yes.
repeatable. Everyone has access to them. You spend those credits that you get from completing missions on these shipments. If you want,
that
you
looks
can
nice.
unlock
Virtual
the
Vector.
exclusive missions to speed up the progress and the rate at which you acquire these tokens to unlock.
Come on, let's see the main
See them
skins.
over
Let's see the...
there, the exclusive missions. The left-hand side is your standard missions that everybody can rock and roll with. We've got some great stuff available in these later shipments as well. You can
But
see
she gets
down
an
the
extra
bottom, we've
1,000.
got
She
the
gets an extra
Scorch
1,000,
skin,
Nick.
the Thrash
So now
skin.
she used to get 500 and an extra 500 and an extra 1,000. So now she gets 500 and an extra 500, not the extra 1,000 anymore.
4th of July style stuff that we showed during the summer update. So Scorch really getting a nice kind of round out of skins here. The Dust Devil
wingsuit.
well.
Nice.
You guys can see at the bottom of your screen the special reserve shipment. This is free. If you get through all 8 shipments, congratulations, you've reached the pot of gold at the
The
end.
Tiger
of the
Claw
rainbow.
Dima.
You will get all of this
That's
for
okay.
free. Tiger Claw Dima, of course.
Oh, and you get some rogue bucks also.
Rogue bucks as well. And nothing wrong with a little bit of cash. The oil slick for your primaries. That's the big one that you want. I love the black accenting alongside
so
the oil
good.
slick stuff. Looks like there's an emote down there at the bottom as well. The laughing stock. Oh, nice. Perfect.
I think you get
There's
500 if you
one- I
down
think
someone,
there's one
and then
thing
Kestrel used to get 1,000. So Kestrel, instead of getting like 500 and 1,000, she used to get like 1,500. Now she only gets 500 and 500, so it only gets like a total. Kestrel only gets a total of 1,000.
What you're using your emotes for. We understand that, and we want to give you guys
I
the
love it.
ammunition you need to be successful and make your opponents feel some type of way.
Okay, that's a nice free, 100% free to play Arms Dealer Season 2. Very nice. Very nice.
Shipment, great stuff there in the Arms Dealer event. We do have plenty more of the a la carte outfits and skins, if you will, and we are looking at one here. It is Night Sky Dahlia. You guys got a little bit of a sneak preview of this when we were rolling through the Arms Dealer event, so this is very, very cool. If you noticed, materials on her clothes kind of moving around subtly. Very, very cool. I'm a big fan of the galaxy print type of stuff. It's awesome. Dahlia is one of my favorite characters to play, and especially with more trenches running around, I think she's going to be very, very lethal. Mr. Dallas,
God, yeah.
straight out of the 80s here. Loving this line.
Retro Dallas.
Blue, very great stuff there.
I think the PTS will go live tomorrow, Nick.
Loving the posing on this one. It's all good stuff here, and of course you have all the emotes to rock with from that Arms Dealer. Damn, what is this, Skaducci Anvil?
Skaducci
Yeah,
Anvil.
it is. Looking clean there, the big old white trench coat. My man is
Skaducci Anvil.
Glitz and glam and gilded trimmed.
Yeah, Nick, we live tomorrow. We live for the PTS. We live tomorrow for the PTS, of course, yes.
And they say money don't change you, but it clearly does for Andrew.
Gucci, Gucci, good, good, Gucci, Gucci, good.
Oh, man,
Gucci,
that's
my
good
guy.
stuff there. We got a bunch of new sprays in this one as well.
Oh, the Pog Champ.
There's the Love
The
Ya
Pog Champ.
spray. That's
The happy Pug.
Got the Los
Nice.
Banditos. That's
Los
that's a hefty
Banditos.
price on Chalk's head. But hey,
Ronin
you've got the
Gaiden.
tier 3 sniper upgrades to take that head for yourself, and of course, Ronin guarded spray there. Guidance.
Anvil is thick. He's real thick.
Sweet banners here as well. I gotta commend Brad. That's the Stalking Tiger banner.
Stalking
right
Tiger
there.
banner. That looks very cool.
The death, we will have one that we can't show right now, but for the ranked reward, we have one called the Death Punch banner, and I'm gonna
Ranked
leave you with
reward?
that spoil of what that is. You guys can kind of conjecture amongst yourselves what you think that might look like. We got a bunch of emotes, of course. Saw a couple of them up there in the Arms Dealer event, the Hurricane Hustle. And of course, thank you to Night Sky Dahlia for sporting these ones for us. This is just a happy dance, not really necessarily in that toxic flavor. Here's the Teenage Wedding.
Teenage Wedding, huh?
Yeah, I wonder where that name comes from.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering too.
No, the tiger is not a
like,
ranked reward. Tiger is not a ranked reward.
We're gonna have to ask
that My Chemical Romance dance from like that Helena music video, like, way back. That might be where that's from.
Yeah.
Dating myself a little bit there, but here's the crossed out emote. Very good stuff here. Clean moves from Dahlia. Love the work on her hair. Just kind of noticing down on that Night Sky skin as well. And of course, the love letter.
The love letter.
Canisters. Blow the kiss.
Nice. Very nice.
And roll. Great stuff there on the emote. Have a couple of weapon wraps to show off for you. You gotta commend Brad here for just, this is the most efficient
he's got it all.
Cameraman work moving through weapon wraps.
We like all
emotes.
of a sudden got really good at this.
He knows what he's doing. Cherry Blossom secondary. Well, we don't have the secondary version of that, but this is kind of what that Cherry Blossom would look like. You guys can use your imaginations and apply that to your favorite secondary. Very animated as the blossoms kind of wisp along the sides of your weapon. We have, that's the Rising Tide, the Frostbite. That is one of the new rare melee wraps here in this patch. Looking really clean there on the katana. Got, of course, a couple more weapon wraps here. The Salty Showers.
Salty showers for all the salty people.
To go along with your more toxic emotes, you've got the tears, the salty tears of your enemies to rock with. On your primaries, the Neon Synapse primary wrap.
Neon Synapse, man.
Nice
that looks good. That looks very good.
Lots of animated wraps for you guys, and that's really what starts to grab your attention, I think, in this patch. Is just
Skadushi Rocket.
Have in that category, the Skadushi Rocket wings.
We're missing Trusty with his salt. He's gonna like that salty skin.
Skadushi Anvil here, so you got plenty of options if you love that classic
Skadushi wingsuit. Let's go, boys.
The redacted wingsuit here, very, very clean, very subtle for your more minimalist style. We've got something for everyone at this point. We're really getting kind of a very well-rounded collection.
Yeah, you know, I think at this point, I'm just ready for animated banners and avatars too.
Holy shit!
Let's get on with it.
Yeah.
Get some weapon-specific skins. Let's get some animated banners and
Let's go, Switchblade!
Let's get a little crazy.
Come on, show us Switchblade.
I'm loving Brad hovering over and tempting us with that. A couple small little notes here. I'm being told that we do have like an email pop-up type of thing that can get you a free weapon wrap, I believe. I actually saw this when I logged in to Dev PTS. I logged in the other day and I saw this pop up just to kind of, I think, go to another window, fill out, you know, some information, maybe an email or something like that, and you get a free weapon wrap from that. The daily store rotation as well, so we know if you guys missed something just by, you know, if you didn't have a chance to log in or whatever, and you missed something that you really wanted, we're going to be rotating the store on a daily basis now instead of on a weekly basis.
Oh, yeah, daily basis store rotation.
So there's two things right there. So,
Skadushi weapon wrap.
Real quick. So, if you
so many Skadushis.
You will get a free primary wrap, right?
So many Skadushis.
That's it. Guaranteed, you got it. It's free. All we need is your email. The next piece is that, you know, at this point, as we continue to add more and more skins and emotes and weapon
holy shit
banners into the game, you know, we've gotten to the point where we feel pretty confident that we can have a chunk of the store be on a daily rotation, and so every single day you'll be able to log in and see something new.
They really like that Gucci brand.
There you go, perfect. And now
yeah.
Are all waiting for. You've been very patient.
Get the Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Get the
all the rogues, all the modes.
Get the Gucci gang.
Time to take a look at the newest member of Rogue Company,
Helena.
Switchblade. Very excited to talk about this one, Scott.
Oh, snazzy.
Oh yeah.
Very snazzy.
Great. I mean, she looks
Chaos launcher.
Ripped fishnets. She's got a very aloof posing to her. She is a breacher. And the rest, Scott, I'm going to leave to you, my friend.
Oh, where to begin? Where to begin? Okay, so let's kick off at the highest level from a narrative perspective. And just real quick, I know we've talked about narratives in the past and like rogue bios and things along those lines. And for those of you who don't follow me on social media, those are coming right around the corner. You guys are going to have full rogue bios, so you can do that. So now let's jump into it. So season 2 kicked off with Jackal attacking Rogue Company and Ronin getting thrown in jail by Mac, who works for Justicar, right? So Rogue Company is in a weakened state. You know, they've been attacked by Jackal. They just lost Ronin. And so now they're like, well, we need someone to be able to break Ronin out of jail. But they need someone who's not known. Because as, you know, Ronin was taken away, Justicar and Mac said, well, we're going to monitor all the well-known rogues inside of Rogue Company to make sure if anyone's doing anything illegal, they're going to jail too.
Yeah.
They needed someone who was a little bit unknown. And so in comes Switchblade. Switchblade has essentially been on the run her entire life, and she doesn't know why. Now, she's always managed to survive, but she doesn't know why she's always been on the run.
Karen, you don't like the design. Why is that? Visual design or which design?
I'm going to find out, and I will help you find out why you've been chased your entire life.
Man, so a passive, whenever she uses ability or gadget, you get increased movement speed. Nice.
In exchange for that, you're going to help us break Ronin out of jail. And she signed the deal, and now here she is.
Perfect.
And so that is the narrative piece. Now, what you guys really want to know, I say that because it's just the part that I'm the most excited about, right? Switchblade is our newest breacher to Rogue Company, as Nick just said. And what she excels at is creating space for her team while also penalizing enemies who are fortified behind cover. Right?
Switchblade.
So
why am I calling her Helena? Switchblade, man. Switchblade. Why am I even calling her Helena?
That'd be amazing, but before we do that, I guess... No, you were right. You had it right, Brad. I did this wrong. Let's go through the combat loadout real quick.
I can't check now, Nick. I cannot check now because the screen is busy sharing.
The two weapons that Switchblade has access to, she has access to the Mark IV, which is the assault rifle that Saint...
Man, check those sexy perks!
She has 24S. This is the first time
that perks.
weapon is on another rogue. And one of the
Berserker,
we always asked ourselves,
bounce back, tenacity, life drain, replenish. This is my main rogue. This is gonna be my main rogue. This is my main rogue. Flashbangs, bounce grenade, MX4. Yeah, that's my main rogue. That's my main rogue.
Yeah, so we get that new one in there.
Even Spitfire. Man, this is my main. This is my main. No, Nick, she's my main. Nick, she's my main. Get your own main. She's mine. She's my main. Get your own.
In order to kind of break through enemy defenses, you kind of need to be able to take an explosive to the chest and kind of live.
No, Nick, get your own. Hey, Rishikesh, get your own main. She's my main.
Life drain kind of comes into play. So she can put herself in a little bit more of risky situations while still being able to come out on top.
Yeah,
now let's go to the passive. So the passive here is fight and flight.
No, Rishikesh can have Kestrel. I don't want Kestrel anymore. Switchblade is mine.
Going to gain bonus movement speed every time she uses her ability or gadgets. So when you throw a gadget, you're going to gain a burst, of movement speed that allows you to close the gap. And that works beautifully with her ability, and it also works amazingly with flashbangs. Her ability, well, you know, you guys can read it, but I'd rather show it. You know, that's really where we get
Rishikesh.
true feel for her overall. And that's an amazing, you know, the animation team, the art team in general, you know, we just keep raising the bar on these character presentations. Right?
No, get your own.
Like, when we click this, she's got one of the best poses in the
Man,
lobby.
that pose, Harlequin pose. That's like a Harlequin pose.
So let's go ahead and select this, and let's see the cinematic intro, please, Brad.
That is the Chaos Launcher there that she is.
Yeah, Nick, we can grind the PTS tomorrow.
Unknown to Justicar, largely unknown, I think, at large. Signs a deal.
Let's see Switchblade how she performs.
Information about her past and about who she is, why she's being hunted, why she is on the run.
All right, let's go ahead and start off with the passive. So as we talked about briefly a little bit before, the passive ability allows Switchblade to close the gap. So as soon as you throw a gadget or use your ability, you're going to gain a big burst of movement speed that lasts 5 seconds. And so,
nice passive, that's nice. So I can play very fast. She's like a lancer, a breaching lancer.
You'll get that burst again, and you can see she's really moving. She's not as fast as Lancer, right? Obviously, but she's damn close inside of there. And so now the real show here is all about the Chaos Launcher. So this is Roko's version version 1 of a rocket launcher inside of our game, Nick. And when she equips this, the Chaos Launcher, right? What you're seeing here is a very specific
Ooh, that
target,
rocket
and this is
launcher.
how it works.
And napalm
So,
rocket launcher.
When the rocket is fired, it will do 75 damage in an area, and then it's going to eject 3 napalm canisters that then fill
Oh
up that
my
area
gosh.
with essentially a Molotov effect. And so
Oh
this
my
will
gosh, that's
overcome.
gonna be so insane.
So, Brad, just go ahead and shoot it, you know, just kind of like right at this cover. Yeah, that'd be great. So we all have those times where you want to get people out from behind cover, and this is exactly what it's designed to do. So there's someone behind.
Okay, this is gonna be insane, boys.
Side of the level. You want to
This is my kind of rogue, not gonna lie.
Just go ahead and close the
This is
gap
my
on
kind of
the
rogue.
inside of there. In addition to that, it does 75 damage, and then the tick damage is really strong as well.
Ooh, that's a lot of
20
damage.
a tick, but it only lasts for 5 seconds. And that's where it kind of ties into the passive ability where, hey, you're gonna, when you go ahead and activate this, you're gonna gain this boost of movement speed, or this burst of movement speed.
She's
You're gonna be able to
insane.
close the gap. So you fire
She's
it,
gonna be
team rallies
insane.
behind it, and now you're just moving forward.
There it is. It's a fun little thing to play with. When you've got enemies that are fortified behind cover, you know, you can use the napalm pools to take people out. But if that's not the situation that you're in, either you're playing TDM, it's frantic.
Yeah, I would like kill cams. That's a good one, Kyron. I would love kill cams. Friendly fire?
At least a tick or 2 of the fire, which is enough to kind of clean them up.
That would be interesting. The friendly fire would be
Not a lot of
interesting.
damage, so 2 ticks of the fire plus the rocket will
Yes, exactly, Ronan.
super fun to play with, and it does have
Life
that
Train and
versatility.
Replenish.
Do I want
That's the
to
2 perks I love. That's my 2
puddles here,
favorite
or do I
perks.
want to just
Life
go
Train and
for a
Replenish.
rocket
With
hit
these
and do
gadgets,
that
with these
75
perks, with these abilities.
I've had
She's
many
my
a
main.
times where I thought
She's
I
my
was
main
about to
man.
win a duel with a
My
split
main
blade,
lady.
and
Switchblade.
she just rockets both of us and takes us both out, right? So that's an option too if you want to go kind of for the suicide style when you have no other options. There's a lot of ways to play with the Chaos Launcher. Super fun ability here. It looks cool. It sounds cool.
That
I love
right
these
there.
fire. I love the napalm VFX on the ground too. Those look
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah. Nick Reed and the VFX team absolutely crushed it. So, one of the points that how we ended up with this ability is there's a lot of times, especially in a map like Factory, where
Hey, man
everybody
cannot
goes
stop simping for this
strike out
awesome
Factory,
rogue.
right?
Rishikesh.
You have those people right at the hop over,
This
and
is
it's very
pure
difficult to get a
awesomeness.
grenade over
That
there,
perks,
or, how
that
you
gadgets.
flush someone out
I
from behind
already
that
married.
position
You
is very
already took a.
difficult. And that was
Jeez,
kind of one of
Rishikesh.
the driving forces behind making this character is, hey, how do you get people out from these powerful positions, right? And so by having those 3 pulls spread out, you kind of force people off of that pieces of cover. The same thing will work, you know, if you're playing on high cast when someone's on the bridge. Same thing's going to happen inside of there as well. And so what's missing, and we'll have to take a look at this, is that, you know, whenever you use a gadget and whenever you use your ability, you're going to get a duration meter that pops up on your screen, and you gain bonus movement speed inside of there. And we'll just go ahead and get that. We'll check that out and investigate that as to why it's
Yeah,
not
I
showing
mean,
up.
for what it's worth, there is a small. You can kind of see below her.
A voice chat
bar,
when you kill someone.
health
That
bar
would be
with a
cool,
little
Rishikesh.
icon, that does indicate where that movement speed is. But like Scott mentioned, there will be a duration meter. Pops up,
Ronan, you love the
shows how, you know,
the
how
Beefy and
long it
Rishikesh
lasts,
battles for
and how much
Kestrel.
you're rocking and rolling with. But that Switchblade.
She's fine.
Yo,
that
Atreus, what's up, man?
is the Chaos Launcher, of course, the Mark IV, the 24S, bounce grenades, flashbangs, and the baseball bat, my personal favorite melee weapon. It's a great kit, goes together well. Loves the passive to kind of close the gap on your own stuff. A lot of times, you know, you throw these flashes, you just throw the Chaos Launcher. You got a long way to kind of go to actually initiate or to follow up on your own sort of breaching abilities. Everybody else might be in position, but I love the passive because it allows you to sort of, not only am I starting this fight, but now I have the movement speed to kind of catch up to the rest of my team and be a part of that action that I helped start.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of times where, you know, if you just think about like the base flashbang behavior, right? Throw it, you know, you're playing Skyfall, you throw it across inside of like Egypt, you get a hit marker.
Sure.
You're not going to be able to close that gap inside of the time, but now with Switchblade, you are able to. So there's a lot of diversity, there's a lot of aggression inside of her kit, and oddly enough, we found that in Demolition, a lot of it comes down to good, strong coordination as to when you're rallying behind when she uses that ability. Respawn game modes, obviously, you know, do your thing. Fire and forget,
Yeah.
have a good time.
Yeah, the napalm, it ticks hard, it ticks fast. If your teammates are there to follow it up, I mean, those are nearly guaranteed one duels at that point if you're placing that thing correctly. So it's definitely a very powerful use, even in King of the Hill. You know, any type of objective stuff. You know, like we mentioned, it's a versatile ability, lots of different ways to use it. Very, very excited for Switchblade. Excited to learn more, Scott, about her future and the way that narrative is going to play out. We'll see if she gets that information that she's after. That was a lot of stuff, guys. I'm glad you stuck with us through it all. Switchblade joins Rogue Company, plenty of new skins, a completely free arms dealer event, multiple changes to both weapons and rogues, a brand new game, if you will, for you guys to get in, explore, have fun, figure out who's going to be the new powerful Switchblade mains out there. Thank you all so much for joining.
Oh, and a little killer. Nice Switchblade skin.
That will be available upon release of this character. So if you really want to main her, you know you got to buy the skin and get in there. Make sure you set yourself apart from all of the other imposter wannabe Switchblade mains out there. Guys, thank you all so much for joining us here today. There's a lot of great content coming your way, and I can't wait for you all to get your hands on it. From all of us here at the First Watch team, thank you so much for watching. We love you. See you next time.
Man, okay, so that's a patch note, boys. That's a patch note, boys. Oh, was there something else down there? I think that's everything that they had. That's some very good patch note that they actually had there. Very nice patch notes. The 6v6 King of the Hill, man. 6v6 King of the Hill. That's gonna be insane. That's actually gonna be insane. That's gonna be insane. I think that's yeah, Ibrahim. Like, it's some very nice updates coming. Very, very nice updates coming. It's honestly the next update, the Switchblade update, is actually going to be insane. I don't know what you guys think in the chat, but there's a lot of changes coming. There's actually a big ton of changes coming. If you want to stay updated with all of the latest changes, the latest content, the latest news, more Rogue Company content, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let's get to 40 likes. We've got 20 people in the chat. If you want to see more awesome, this is your #1 destination for the latest, greatest, best Rogue Company content on the internet. Hit that subscribe button and you will stay updated whenever more awesome Rogue Company content drops. Let me know in the chat what do you think of the new update. Let me know. I think this new Rogue is going to be super strong. I think she might be my new main. But guys, I don't know if you heard it. A 6v6 King of the Hill mode is coming. 6v6 King of the Hill. That's gonna be insane. It's gonna be fucking insane. I will be dropping videos on all of the new content, and I will be covering all of the new content that will be launching. The buffs, the nerfs, the new Rogue, the new event. I will have videos live for it. So if you guys want to check it out, if you want to stay updated whenever the new videos drop, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's been a long stream. We've been streaming for almost 6 hours today. It's been a 6-hour stream. More than a game, you're expecting a lot more offline videos. Yeah, man, Rishikesh is gonna come, man, it's gonna come. So what I'm thinking, the timeline, how it's gonna work. How I'm thinking the timeline is gonna work. I do think, because they announced it tonight, I think the weekend it will be a public testing server this weekend. And within a week or 2 weeks from now, the new update should be live. The new update should be in a week or two. So I'm expecting either the first week of July or the last week of June, this new update will be dropping. And that Switchblade Rogue, man. Yeah, this update looks, I don't know about you guys in the chat. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about the update. But I do think this is going to be one of the, I always say that. Like I always say that this next update is going to be one of the biggest. But this one, I think I'm right, that this can be one of the biggest, one of the best, one of the most fun updates to hit Rogue Company in a very long time. The summer event was a bit underwhelming, but this Switchblade update is gonna be insane. This new Rogue, her perks, her gadgets, her ability, all around, she's gonna be one solid Rogue, super fun to play with. The new cosmetics, 100% free Arms Dealer Season 2 event is gonna be insane. A 6v6 King of the Hill mode, 12 players on one map. That is gonna be insane. This will probably be the biggest and best update in the history of Rogue Company. If you're not hyped, if you guys are not hyped, Rafael Brazil, let's go Nexus. She is damn strong. If there's, I see a lot of people in chat. We've got 26 people currently on the stream. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up. We're so close to 40 likes. If you haven't already, for the latest, greatest, best Rogue Company content on the internet, you did come to the right place. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You won't regret it. Guides, tips, tutorials, the latest news, how to become a better player in Rogue Company. All of the latest content for Rogue Company is right here on this channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you activate the bell notification so you can stay updated whenever new awesome content drops. Let me know what you think about it in the chat, but I do think this is gonna be one insane update. Daniel, I think the update either the last week of June or the first week of July. That's when the update is coming. I can't find one person who asked to buff Lancer. No one asked to buff Lancer. Literally, no one asked for Lancer to get buffed, but fucking Lancer gets 2 buffed, Kestrel gets 2 nerfs. What the actual fuck is wrong with that? Lancer getting 2 buffs. Who asked for Lancer to get buffed? Who's that motherfucker? Who's that motherfucker who asked for Lancer to get buffed? Who the fuck is he? Fucking Lancer. How dare they? How dare they buff Lancer? Scott was thinking about buffing her for so long. Man, who's that motherfucker who asked to buff Lancer? Show your face. Show your face. Who's that motherfucker who asked to buff Lancer? No one asked to buff Lancer. No one asked to buff Lancer. We don't want Lancer buffed. We banning Lancer. That's how we work. Of course, Lancer mained. Scott is high. Thank you so much, guys, for all of the support. I do appreciate everyone hanging here in the chat. You guys are awesome. Like, literally sticking around here for 6.5 hours. You guys literally stuck around to the stream. Man. You guys are actually awesome. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are actually awesome, hanging around. All 26 viewers here. Man. 26 viewers here in the chat. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this new update? Personally, I'm super hyped. Personally, I think it's gonna be the best, biggest update in the history of Rogue Company. She's gonna be one epically strong rogue. She's gonna be epic strong, this rogue. She will be probably my main. But I don't know about you guys. If you're hyped, what do you think of the update? 6v6 King of the Hill. Oh my fuck. 6v6 King of the Hill. That's gonna be insane, man. Lancer getting buffed. Yeah. F in the chat for the Lancer buffs. Look, watch your backs, boys. Watch your backs. Lancer is gonna flank. She actually got 2 buffs. They increase her main ability time and they buff the SMG. Whew. That's gonna be insane, boys. That's gonna be insane. Like, literally, she's everyone's main. Switchblade is gonna be everyone's main. You know how I feel about Life Drain and Replenish. Life Drain and Replenish is my 2 favorite perks in a game. Life Drain and Replenish. And on top of that, she's gonna have the MX4. And on top of that, bounce grenade and flashbang. And that on top of that, you can move faster when you use the ability or gadget. And on top of that, a grenade launcher with napalm fire. Fuck, man. She's gonna be good. She's actually gonna be so good. I actually can't wait for her. Yeah. You guys need to chill. You guys need to chill. Come on, boys. Let's calm down. There's only one person here that deserves Switchblade. Let's not get excited. Let's not get excited for nothing. They're helping the bots now by buffing Lancer. Fucking clowns! Who asked to buff Lancer? Boys, there's 25 people here in the chat. If any one of you of the 25 people here is in the chat and you asked to buff Lancer, let me know. Show your face. That one person left the chat now. So there's 24 people. That one person might be the one who asked to buff Lancer. But out of the 24 people in the chat, who's the person who asked to buff Lancer? Show your face. Show your face. 22 people. Wait. Is the Lancer people running away now? All the people who asked to buff Lancer, are you running away? What's happening? Wait, where are you running to? Who asked to buff Lancer? Out of the 22 people who still left in the chat, if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it. We're so close to getting to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. If you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. We're on 37 likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You will stay updated for all the latest, greatest, best Rogue Company content on the internet. Guides, tips, tutorials, tricks, latest news, live streams, education, entertainment. Everything you need to know about Rogue Company is live here on this channel. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. We're so close to 1,000 subs. So when's the update coming out, Kyron? what I'm expecting the PTS to go live this weekend. And what I'm also expecting is I'm expecting that usually from the PTS either a week or 2 weeks. It's either a week or 2 weeks. Then the new update should go live. Trevor wanted the Lancer buff. Nice, Trevor. You're a man, Trevor. You're a man. No stress, Trevor. Everyone has their favorite rogue. We're not gonna hate you, man. We're not gonna hate you. If you're a Lancer main, we're not hating. We ain't gonna hate you, man. We ain't gonna hate you. We're accepting in this community. Whether you like Lancer, whether you like Kestrel, whether you like, but you can't like Switchblade. Switchblade is taken. Nexus, Rishikesh, Nick, you guys can back off. You guys can back the fuck off. Leave Switchblade alone. But you guys, if there's Lancer fanboys here, I don't mind. We're not gonna judge. We're not gonna hate. We're not gonna hate. Trevor, we accept you. We accept you in the channel. We accept you in the community. We accept you. The MrBeefy Max skin with Razer merch. Now everyone wants to be a Switchblade main. Come on, boys. Come on. Now Rishikesh wants, Nexus wants, Nix wants. Everyone wants to be now a Switchblade main. What servers do I play on? I play on European servers. So I'm from South Africa. At the bottom south of Africa, that's where I'm from. So I'm from South Africa. So we don't have African servers, we don't have Middle East servers even. So the best servers that I can play on is European. We do get like 160, 180 ping, but that's the best. It's acceptable, it's playable. It's only because Europeans ban her every game. Yeah, she gets banned a lot. Like Nexus, this dude in chat, he literally, Nexus, Nick, and fucking, what's his name, Beamer, they always ban Lancer. I don't know why. Like there's other guys you can ban. I don't know why I always ban Lancer. Not a Lancer fanboy, just never get to play with Imperial servers. Yeah, she literally, like she literally gets banned. Whenever I play with these guys, she literally every time gets banned. To be fair, like to be honest, I don't think she's OP. Like I don't think Lancer is OP. I just think she's frustrating. She's irritating. I actually don't think she's OP. Even when I did like a tier rate listing video, she didn't get rated like an S tier. I think she's more frustrating to play against. Just the fact that she's always flanking, you have to check your back. I think she's more frustrating. I don't think she's OP. I think she needed a buff maybe to get higher up on the tier listing. So honestly, to be fair, maybe she deserves that buff. Maybe she deserves that buff. Yeah, she's irritating. Yeah, she's irritating. I honestly don't think she's OP. Maybe she needed that buff, but she's more irritating than OP. More frustrating than strong. Got a monitor in your bed, playing in bed. No, why would I play in bed? Mac and Cigarette is way harder to kill. Yeah, man, like there's a lot of tactical rogues. Lancer is like an easy ban, and you just take the frustration of the flanking out of the game. But there's rogues like Saint, like Dahlia, like Mac, like Anvil, like Trench. All those tactical rogues that you can ban, like that removes a tactical advantage from a team. Like the only thing that Lancer offers is short range flanking. That's all that she offers. Like if you have long range weapons, you're gonna melt Lancer. Yeah, Cigarette can be irritating with that shield in close passages. You want to ban Lancer permanently. You might buy Ares and remove Lancer from the game. Lancer and Cigarette is the most annoying. Fixer is OP. Whew. Fixer is getting buffs, man. Atreus, I don't know if you saw it, Fixer is getting buffs. His weapon headshot damage is gonna be increased. And he's getting a perk replenish. So whenever you kill someone with a sniper rifle, your sniper rifle reloads. So he's getting some buffs. He's getting some juicy buffs. Nexus flexing that Arab money. 1,000,000% Cigarette is more irritating than Lancer. Oh my gosh. Boys, it's been a fun stream. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys are excited for the new update. If the PTS is live tomorrow, I will have a PTS stream tomorrow again, so we can actually test out the new rogue. We can test out all of these buffs. Whoa. Trench. Did you guys see the buff for Trench? Oh my gosh. Trench is gonna be the new V in the meta. Trench. Oh boy. The barbed wire doing damage. Oh boy. That's gonna be juicy for Trench. That's gonna be super juicy for Trench. I don't know how you guys feel about Trench, but Trench is gonna be nice. Nice. Very nice. It's a very nice. Wah 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 wee wah wah wah. Very nice. Yeah, like, if I don't know, you guys, what do you think about the Trench buff? What do you think about the 6v6 King of the Hill? What do you think of the weapon buffs, the nerfs buffs, the new rogue, the free to play, the free event, 100% free, no payment, 100% free arms dealer event, season 2 arms dealer? That's gonna be insane. You can damage a barbed wire with explosives, or you can hack it. And remember, you want the Lancer buff. GG, Trevor. Trevor, if there's anyone else in the chat, if there's anyone else that's new in the chat, I would greatly appreciate, before you guys leave, hit that like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to stay updated for whenever more awesome content drops. You will get updated guides, tips, tutorials, the latest news. If there's anyone in the chat you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and you will stay updated for more awesome Rogue Company content. I do appreciate everyone that's in the chat, everyone that's stuck here for 6 hours. A whole 6 hours while I'm streaming this, my old ass streaming for 6 hours. I do appreciate each and everyone that's in the chat. I do appreciate each and everyone that already subscribed. I do appreciate each and everyone that already gave a thumbs up. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. If the PTS is live tomorrow, I will catch you guys live tomorrow for the PTS. Otherwise, Sunday, like usual, we'll be live with some more Rogue Company. This is MrBeefy signing off. MrBeefy.